Hey everybody, it's Steve, and I'm wondering, do you have a date circled on your calendar? A date where you are giving some sort of a talk or presentation? Maybe you are presenting for your final end of the school year coursework, or maybe you've got a lesson or even a sermon to teach. If so, have I got something useful and powerful for you? It's something I learned way back in college when someone taught me about hook, book, look, and took. Those four words, which are not original to me, my professor Kevin Huggins taught me these words, and I want to show you what they look like in real time. Let's pretend that you're giving a talk on gratitude. Hey, we don't have to pretend. Maybe that's the topic you want to use for your next talk. You can talk about gratitude. Okay. The hook is simply your introduction. Your hook is going to get people's attention, maybe with something fun or funny, maybe a little joke, a little story. You're going to introduce your subject and connect it to them and show them that there's something in this subject for them. If they'll go along with you on the ride, you're going to give them something that's going to positively impact their life and meet some need, solve some problem, or in some way enrich their lives. There's something in this talk. And if they don't know that, you're not ready to go into the content. So make sure that you show them what's in it for them. Okay. So with gratitude, I can say, hey, there was a study by Dr. Martin Seligman way back in the 60s where he was trying to discover what it was that would lift people's spirits when they're depressed and when they're struggling. He tried various methods and medications, but nothing was as powerful as when he had them write a letter of gratitude. That gratitude letter gave them a happiness boost that was more visceral and more lasting than any other method or medication that he explored. That is an example of how you can show them. I'm going to show you about how gratitude can impact your life and the life of others. We're even going to do it in this moment. If you come along for the ride, I promise you're going to feel better, you're going to make an impact, and others are also going to be encouraged by you. So that's the hook. The book would be, here's the research behind it. Here's the information. Let me explain this to you. Let me show you why this is built on valid foundations. If you've got a product or a service you're pitching, you might show them some of the audience, some of the research behind it, or some of the success stories, testimonials. You're just going to explain, illustrate, and apply for people so that they kind of go, okay, I see what you're talking about. Now, on gratitude, I might share about the story of the 10 lepers that Jesus healed, and only one of them turned around to give thanks to him. And he said, wow. I don't know if he said wow, but he said, dang, didn't I heal 10 lepers? Why is there only one here? In other words, gratitude matters to God, and it actually matters to others, and it actually matters to you. Let's do it and see the power of it. Okay, that is the book, the concept explained and illustrated. Now, here comes the look. We're going to move out of the first century into the 21st century, and we're going to talk about the impact and answer questions like, okay, yes, but how? So what? Now, what does this look like for me? And what I might do with the gratitude talk is ask, can you construct a small list in your mind's eye? In fact, take your hand, close it, and each time you can think of somebody by name, just think of them who has positively impacted your life, touched your life, taught you something, believed in you, inspired you in some way, supported you in a tough time, someone who was there for you in your life, someone you're grateful for. Could be something big, could be something small. Each person you think of, put up a finger as you think about the names of people. And I'd like to see if you can get, an open hand, okay? So now we are in the world of today. We're not talking about the first century. We're talking about their life today and how they've gotten to where they are. And I'll note that Dr. Seligman's study, the question was, who are you grateful for that you may not have properly ever thanked? Okay, so now I'm going to ask, is there somebody you haven't properly thanked or haven't thanked recently? Here's the took. I'd like to challenge you now to reach for your phone. Reach for your cell phone. It's in your hand. You're sitting here in this room. You're in this auditorium. You're in this church service. Reach for your phone. And I'd like to think of somebody who maybe came to mind, or maybe it's somebody else, but somebody whose number you have on your phone. that you're grateful for, someone who's done something in your life that you appreciate. I'd like to ask you to stop now and send them a brief text, a sentence, 2 sentences, maybe 3, and say something to the effect of, I'm in church and I'm being asked who has made an impact on my life in a positive way, and you came to mind. And I just want to say thank you, Grandma, or thank you, friend, or thank you, Mom, or whoever. And hit send. And when you've hit send, I'd like to ask you to raise your phone in the air so I can see it that at least one person today has decided to be a doer of the word, not just a hearer, and is expressing gratitude. And then bonus points if your phone somehow sounds or buzzes and that person responds. If somebody responds to you, and I'm sure it's going to be with gratitude and joy, then you turn on your flashlight. Let's light up this room with gratitude, okay? That is an example of hook, book, look, or took. Okay? Now, my question is, do you have a talk coming up? Is there a date circled on your calendar? And would you like some help? Free of charge, as my gratitude to you for being my friend, my family, my follower, my fan. If you're part of my community here, or even a new friend, reach out to me at coaching@getyourbusinessdone.com or some other way. If you have my number, you can text me and I'll send you a scheduling link and we can set up 20 or 30 minutes to talk about your upcoming talk. And we'll really do what we can to really make it sizzle, really make it connect, and really make it impact people in a beautiful way. So that's my summer offer to you. I'll do this all summer long as my schedule permits. Reach out to me, let's reconnect, and let's make your next talk crush it, okay? Hook, book, look, or tech, lots of fun. See you on the flippity flop. Bye-bye.